And now, it's time for Aviation News with Angela.
Thank you, Mr. Whitehorse. Hello and welcome to your weekly dose of aviation, hosted by me, Angela. Sorry about the long wait. A Spotify playlist consisting of a whopping 333 songs is long overdue, except for the song, Hurts Like Hell, by Madison Beer with Offset, which is unavailable, so I had to replace this one with Invisible Touch by the rock band Genesis. Anyways, this episode of Aviation News with Angela is always presented by Oakland's San Francisco Bay Airport and will always be every single week. With snow fast approaching, news articles like earnings roll in, United launches the next attack, among other aviation news articles, will be discussed before it arrives. First, we go to AA's close to 2025 could have been worse, but not by much. American's Q4 and 2025 earnings were released this week and the airline skated by with a razor-thin profit of $99 million for the year, down from $590 million in 2024. CEO Robert Isom admitted the fourth quarter was especially bad for AA, claiming the government shutdown hit his airline worse than others, which, while probably true thanks to the Washington/national hub, feels very CrowdStrike-y in its tone. Its gross revenue figures were good, setting records for both Q4, $14 billion, and 2025, $54.6 billion, but that only tells part of the story. The airline reduced its debt by $2.1 billion during the year, which is something. It predicts Q1 earnings will be up 7 to 10% over Q1 last year, but that's before taking into account American's disastrous operation after last weekend's winter storm. It says 2026 will be better, but really that's the only thing you can say after the 2025 AA had, unless your airline's name rhymes with Schmirit. Perhaps the biggest blow to frontline workers from this earnings report comes in the form of this year's profit-sharing figures. Based on the minimal profit the carrier earned, AA staff will receive just 0.3% of their eligible pay as a profit-sharing bonus. For someone who makes $75,000 per year, that comes out to just $225, before taxes. Don't spend it all in one place. And whatever you do, don't ask your friend who works at Delta what their profit-sharing cut was because it'll just make you mad. Next, American takes direct aim at United. I mean, United takes direct aim at American. One thing we can say about American and United is they make it easy to recycle headlines, as last week's top story is the same this week, just in reverse. As the two airlines continue their fight to the death over Chicago, it was United's turn this week to add to its Chicago/O'Hare operation by adding 5 new cities and pushing its daily peak to 750 departures this summer. Of those 750 daily departures, 20 will come from the 5 new cities United added this week, all of which will operate 4 times daily from ORD. Bloomington Normal, BMI. Champaign-Urbana, CMI. Kalamazoo, AZO. La Crosse, LSE. And Lansing, LAN. AA already operates to all 5 cities from ORD, but only 2x or 3x daily, so United will be ahead on daily frequency, for now. How this will end, nobody knows, but we imagine there will be a lot of crying and red ink. For more on United's latest move in Chicago and to see the dwindling list of cities AA flies from ORD that UA does not, please visit Monday's post on crankyflyer.com or on my own newspaper. Now we have farewell Southwest Airlines open seating, 1971 to 2026. Sad but true. Southwest Airlines open seating policy died Tuesday morning at 4:55 a.m. Pacific Time when WN1791 from Honolulu landed in Los Angeles. The cause of death officially was stated as a response to customer demand for more options, but unofficially is known to many as a cash grab from Elliott Investment Management. Open seating was born on June 18, 1971 when Southwest Airlines began flying a 3-city network between Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio. Open seating policy persevered through several hurdles, including deregulation, the Wright Amendment, airline consolidation, and the launch of international service for Southwest. While it was a divisive policy that not everyone enjoyed, there's no doubt that it made Southwest unique and provided a differentiator for it in an industry where homogeneity is the favored, safe choice. It successor, Assigned Seats, was forced into service Tuesday morning with 2 flights serving as the first flight including WN3575 from San Juan to Orlando and WN4974 from Manchester to Chicago Midway. Open seating is survived by Amtrak Regional Service, city bus systems, subways, and some movie theaters. It was preceded in death by bags fly free and flight attendants in hot pants. Its cousin, Aliba Check-in, also died Tuesday. It was 16. Southwest asks that in lieu of flowers you take your love vouchers and throw them in the nearest fountain to never be redeemed. Make sure to grab your facial tissues because you will be crying while eating bags of peanuts and pretzels in a dark room, alone, hoping to never fly that airline again.
But I wanted to sit anywhere when I go on a Southwest flight. But oh well, it's sad but true, like you said. Carry on, Angela.
Next up is Breeze adds 4 cities, 14 routes. Breeze Airways announced a significant expansion this week, as it adds 3 new cities to its route map and returns 1 shuttered destination. The carrier will begin serving Atlantic City, New Jersey, Brownsville, South Padre Island in Texas, and Nassau in the Bahamas this year, while it also returns to San Antonio in Texas, an airport it last served in the halcyon days of 2022, 3 to 4 years ago. In Atlantic City, Breeze will be the 3rd airline to serve the airport, or 4th if you count AA's landline bus service to Philadelphia. It'll be the 4th carrier in Brownsville, South Padre Island, joining American, United, and Mexican carrier Ares. From ACY, Breeze will fly 2 times weekly to both Charleston and Raleigh-Durham, while Brownsville, South Padre Island will operate 2 times weekly to Orlando. Nassau will also be 2 times weekly but to Tampa, the first Bahamas route of its kind, while San Antonio will receive 2 times weekly flights to 3 destinations, Memphis, Pensacola, and Raleigh-Durham. Bappity bam! The entirety of the 14 new flights for Breeze are those above and for Columbus, Greenville, Spartanburg only. For Fort Lauderdale, Huntsville and Pensacola. For Louisville, Hartford, Los Angeles, and Pittsburgh. And for Raleigh/Durham, Madison only. I ought to tell you that the same route was last served by Avalo. Go figure. For San Antonio's Breeze Airways service, it's a return of the Mac. Spirit Airlines, if you're watching this, Charleston will be the 2nd city served from Atlantic City, topping your Myrtle Beach to Atlantic City route. What route will win? We may never know. And finally, we have JetBlue ends 25 with a loss, Southwest a small profit. Hopefully the latter two won't hear the Wheel of Fortune bankruptcy sound effect if both CEOs watch this. JetBlue and Southwest also posted their Q4 and full-year earnings this week, and despite ending on opposite sides of profitability, both had a better year in 25 than 24 with hope for an even better 26. JetBlue ended the year with a loss of $602 million, a 24% improvement from its $795 million loss a year ago. Overall revenue took a 2% dip for the carrier to just over $9 billion, with operating expenses also improving, at the rate of about 5%. Of greater concern for JetBlue was its underwhelming Q4, for which it cited the same factors as everyone else, led by the government shutdown. But it expects to be in a better spot moving forward, predicting it would break even in 2026 while growing capacity between 2.5 and 4.5%. Meanwhile, Southwest finished $441 million ahead for the year, thanks to a Q4 in which it saw profit jump 24% to $323 million. The carrier predicted a banner 2026, forecasting its profits to quadruple. The carrier expects to earn as much as $4 per share this year, far above the $3.19 analysts expected. Wall Street responded well to the earnings report, as its stock rose nearly 20%, its largest one-day percentage gain since Jimmy Carter was in the White House. And y'all know what time it is. It's time for Airline Potpourri, the aviation odds and ends with Carolina Ramirez.
Air Antilles is entering judicial administration. Air Canada is adding Quito to its route map from both Montreal and Toronto, while also beefing up its service to Rio de Janeiro, Santiago, and Lima. Air Montenegro now has a code-share agreement with Turkish Air Sierra Leone is adding a one-time weekly flight next month between Banjul in the Gambia and London Gatwick. Air Baltic might be for sale soon. However, it won't hear the Wheel of Fortune bankruptcy sound effect like you've mentioned. American is planning to resume service to Venezuela. We're hoping it's 8 times daily service from Chicago O'Hare. Breeze is adding 2 Lear jets, but no, not to fly passengers. Delta is committing $250 million to improving the airport in Austin. Emirates doesn't want Allegiant to be the only airline to open a resort this century. We'll see if this one lasts longer. Etihad's newest destination will be Calgary, which will allow the airline to set some kind of record for largest change in temperature from origin to destination. Korean Air and its Hanjin Group airlines have banned in-flight use of power banks. LAM is more than $90 million in debt. Think it can hear the Wheel of Fortune bankruptcy sound effect? Lufthansa Cargo is adding new routes. Porter added 3, Toronto Billy Bishop to Nashville, Toronto Pearson and Montreal Trudeau to Boston. SAS is providing VRA with much-needed support through a $5.6 million loan. Starlux will debut at SA351,000 next month. Getaway Air is still preparing for an IPO in 2027. Wizz Air plans to retire its A321ceo fleet by the start of 2029. Think Air Illinois will receive all of them then?
To answer your questions, Carolina, before I thank you, yes, and yes to the 5th, 12th, and last questions. So thank you for handling those questions like a champ and providing the extra information we've missed. And now we are 100% through with the aviation news of January 2026. Hope we can get more in February of this year. And here's my moment of levity. I started my new job at the broth factory yesterday. It came with great stock options. And thank you cameraman Mini Wolf for responding and replying to the 3rd news article with empathy. And with the Vion Studio TTS character amount update, there is no need to add extra scenes, so making videos like this can be quicker. This is Angela, signing off. Bye for now.